Okay, so hello everybody and everywhere. And this is a kind of another spontaneous retreat, another one. We already had some this year. So probably it's also a good thing. There are many good things about all this pandemic situation because we can meet so many times, yeah, like never before meeting. Okay, so we are starting this retreat and the topic is about meditation and contemplation. And basically, these are just words. You know, there is a famous saying from ancient Chinese treatise, Zhuangzi, and it's something like this: that you need a trap to catch a rabbit. When the rabbit is caught, the trap is abandoned. You need a net to catch the fish, and when the fish is caught, the net is abandoned. And you need words to catch the meaning, and when the meaning is caught, the words are abandoned. And I wish I could find somebody who abandoned words and talk to him. Yeah, this is from Zhuangzi. So we just have these words, meditation and contemplation. And of course, everybody is free, totally free to use these words the way they like. Yeah? But for catching some meanings, we have a distinction, meditation and contemplation. And my teacher, Chogyal Namkha Norbu, he was always using this distinction in words to explain the difference in meaning. Yeah? Then we can forget whether it's called meditation, contemplation, mindfulness, whatever, doesn't matter. But what's the main difference? And actually, this is the whole theory for this short retreat, and the rest will be more like practice. The difference is very simple. In meditation, we have a kind of intentional mental activity. We do something actively with our minds. And doing something actively, it doesn't mean that in general we have something happening in our minds. Like we can have thoughts, etc., but we are not thinking them. Yeah. So it's also possible. So meditation is when we are actively thinking thoughts, concentrating, visualizing, doing different kinds of mental efforts to build something, to maintain something, yeah? To create something, to change something, etc. So all this is mental activity, which is characteristics to different kinds of meditation. And meditations can be infinite, you know? There can be so many kinds of meditation. And sometimes people ask me what I'm doing in my life, and I'm saying I'm a meditation teacher, and this is just to stop the conversation, in fact, because then people say, okay, I understand. That's fine. But if you go into details, like when we say that I'm doing meditation, and I say, I understand. Yeah, but if somebody is saying, I'm doing sports, yeah, I'm a sportsman, yeah, I'm an athlete, well, I'm doing sports. That can mean anything. It can mean playing poker or jumping with parachute from the plane, right? It can mean football, or it can mean this very, very funny sport, curling, yeah? So it's all sport. So with meditation, the situation is exactly the same. There are so many totally different things which are all included into this name, meditation. But what's important for our retreat is that meditation is something that involves intentional mental activity. And the contemplation is a totally different thing. In contemplation, we are not trying to build anything. We are not trying to create anything. We are not trying to hold on to anything. We are not making any effort whatsoever. Yeah? But we are not asleep. Because usually when we are not doing anything, when we are not applying any effort, then we fall asleep. But contemplation means that we remain awake. Maybe our body even falls asleep, but we still remain awake. So this is contemplation. This is the explanation, that the difference that my teacher Chogyal Kanorbo was always using when he was explaining the real condition of Dzogchen, or like total perfection of our state. And sometimes we have a saying in the Dzogchen teaching, and this is a quotation from one ancient text, which is called like Total Space of Vajrasattva. And it says that it is easy and difficult. Difficult, right, because it is so easy. So this is about our natural state, about our authentic condition, primordial state, whatever we call it. And actually the contemplation is explained very simple. And it's explained in the text called the cuckoo of instant presence. So cuckoo is a kind of a symbol, a bird that is symbolizing the spring. So the spring of instant presence, how instant presence is arising. So this is the meaning of this text. And it is explained that everything is completed. So abandon the disease of an effort. Remain naturally. This is contemplation. This is the explanation. And usually we apply many efforts, because if you want to achieve something, we need to apply effort. This is what we've been told since early childhood, that if you want to get something, we need to do something. Even people who are intent on getting everything without doing anything, first they do a lot for getting this something they want to do, while not doing anything. Okay, so let's feel that everything is completed. Okay, just sit comfortably. First thing is that sit comfortably. Don't feel that you're going to do something. Feel comfortable. And you see, you can see that sometimes we are expecting something, and this very expectation makes us tense. We are expecting. So also our body is leaning forward, for example. We take some tense position. So just find a position in which you can relax. With the feeling that everything is completed. Nothing to do. Already, now, nothing to do. Feeling comfortable. And then you can notice that maybe in your mind there is some kind of buzz. Okay, but what's happening then? And then for how long I should have nothing to do? If you notice this kind of buzz, just notice it. Or maybe you can feel some urge to do something. To do something important. Because if you have an urge, you want to scratch some part of your body which is itching, or you want to spread like numb limbs, then okay, you do it. I feel, oh, I need to do some concentration, or I need to do some mantra, I need to do some visualization, I need to observe something special. If you notice this kind of urge, you recognize it just like some kind of movement in your body, some kind of movement in your mind, and just let it go. check if your body feels comfortable. It means that for the moment, the basic needs of your body are fulfilled. And then it's just mind that remains. So check how you feel when you have nothing to do, when everything is completed. Notice what is always making you apply effort and do things, not allowing you to remain comfortably and calmly. And if you notice this kind of urge, just recognize it as some kind of movement in your body and in your mind. So when everything is completed, how do you feel? How does your mind feel when everything is completed? How does your breathing change when you know that everything is completed? What happens to your body when everything is completed? If you have some kind of thought, that it's okay, there is no problem. So there is no need to try to block this thought, to stop this thought. Just notice its arisal. And how do you notice this thought? What is noticing this thought? A couple of months ago, I was given a workshop for online workshop for a big corporate structure in Russia, one of the biggest corporate ecosystems in Russia, for some branch of it. And also I was giving them a similar exercise, like, how do you feel when all job is done? And then somebody asked me, but have you ever been fired for not making your work in time. And it means that people cannot really differentiate their psychological state and physical reality, the situation. But these are two different things. Of course, we have many things to do. On a relative level, we have many, many things to do. But in terms of recognizing our real nature does not require any kind of development. It does not require any kind of improvement. It does not require any kind of action to perfect it. So we just release the disease of an effort. Abandon the disease of an effort. And how can we abandon the disease of an effort? When we recognize the effort, we should recognize the efforts that we are making. So we observe ourselves, we observe our mind, we observe our breathing and energy in general, and we observe our body, and then we notice tensions. Then we notice the tensions that we are creating now. So when we become aware, we can discontinue creating these tensions. So just sit comfortably. And there is no special prescription how you sit comfortably. No? And just everything is completed. Nothing to do. Just remaining as we are. No special prescription how to keep your body. No special prescription how you breathe. No special prescription how you concentrate your mind, how you engage your mind. So this is a kind of approach to what we call contemplation. It means that no longer we apply effort. We can still have thoughts as a kind of shadows, as a kind of consequences of our previous actions of body and our voice and our mind. We can still have thoughts. So if you notice thoughts, you can notice that even you have thoughts, but you're not thinking them. And this is a kind of a crucial issue. You discover thoughts, but you discover you're not thinking them. And this is the point when we can discover a kind of a natural calm state. Discovering thoughts, but also discovering that we are not thinking these thoughts, that the thoughts just appear by themselves, by their own force, by their own power. They appear to us, manifest to us, but we are not actively thinking them. So when Chogyal Namkha Norbu was explaining what is called the calm state in Dzogchen teaching, he was always explaining that calm state is not when we suppress all thoughts. It's when even there are thoughts, but these thoughts are not disturbing us, are not bothering us. And in general, people have many, many problems with their thoughts, with their own thoughts bothering them. And trying to fight thoughts to achieve the calm state. But in Dzogchen teaching, we are not achieving calm state through fighting thoughts. We achieve calm state going beyond thoughts. It means that we recognize that the thoughts are still there, but we are not thinking them. They're just manifesting. So notice your thoughts. Notice how your thoughts are appearing, disappearing, and discover that there is no you in these thoughts. And then you discover the calm state. It's very simple. You don't need to do half-year solitary retreat to recognize the calm state. You need just notice your thoughts, the ordinary thoughts that you have, and just recognize that these thoughts are appearing and disappearing by themselves, not through your effort, not through your thinking. And now we do a little bit of meditation as well. And the main method of meditation that we are applying in the Dzogchen teaching, it is called the method of Guru Yoga. And the method of Guru Yoga means that first we apply some kind of actions of our body, some kind of actions of our voice. So we are dealing with our energy, and we apply some kind of action of our minds. Yeah. And through this practice, through this method, we generate something with an effort. Yeah. But what's important in the context of Dzogchen teaching is that we relax. After we applied all necessary efforts, we relax. Yeah. Because the most interesting things happen not while we are doing something, but while we are being relaxed, but alert, attentive, present. Yeah, then the most interesting things happen. Because when we are intent on doing things, when we are concentrated on our effort, when we are keeping our goal in our minds, then we are distracted with all that. This is a paradox, yeah? Because we know that we must be concentrated on some kind of goal. Yeah? Like, for example, you know, all this famous mindfulness, yeah? And this famous mindfulness, the origin of this famous mindfulness is the practice of, in Pali, Sati Samprajanya. Yeah? And one of the aspects, there are a few main aspects of this mindfulness. And one of them is to have a goal. You should keep a goal in your mind. Yeah? Then it becomes this practice of mindfulness. It's not just you observe whatever is happening, like they say now, open monitoring, etc. Just observe whatever is coming. Not that. That's not enough. Because for mindfulness, it's important to have some kind of goal. Yeah, it's a purposeful activity. It's not a purposeless activity. Yeah? Mindfulness. Yeah. So it's like you know where you are going. Yeah. And for example, how Chogyal Namkha Norbu was explaining this presence, yeah, presence and awareness, which was his words for Sati Saprajanya. Yeah. He was saying, like, for example, the way to train the way to train presence is, like, for example, you're sitting in your room, like now you're sitting in your room, and then you have an idea. Oh, I want to drink some coffee. Okay, so you have this in your mind, and then you get up, present. This is the first thing you do. You get up with presence. But you still have in mind that you go to make coffee. Yeah, you're not just standing in the middle of your room, not knowing what you're doing, which sometimes happens. Yeah, sometimes people do meditation. They do practice of calm state. They do this kind of meditation, and then at some moment they discover themselves standing in the middle of their room, not knowing what they're doing, why they jump from their seat, etc. Yeah, I see some people are nodding. So it's a common experience. Yeah, it's a common experience. It means technically the reason for that is that we went to some kind of deep meditative state, but we got totally distracted there, and we allowed some of our inner impulses, which we call like karmic traces, but basically these are kind of tensions and impulses, to work and to make us act. And then we act, but this is with no purpose. Yeah, we just jump and we are standing in the middle of the room, and why the hell did I jump? No idea. No. But with mindfulness, with presence, it's not like this. It doesn't happen like this. With presence, we are getting up, and we know that we got up in order to go to the kitchen to make a coffee. And to drink a coffee, yeah, not just make. Yeah. So, and then we know, then I have to go. So we are making some steps mindfully with presence, and we go to the kitchen. And then we put water, and then we put water on the gas, and then we boil it, and then we make coffee. But always we have in mind why we are doing all this. Yeah. So the main principle for training in mindfulness, yeah, for training, for exercising presence and awareness, mindfulness, is that we split big thing into many small things. Yeah. For example, I discovered this principle even before meeting Chogyal Namkha Norbu, when I was like practicing other things. I discovered this, like, for example, I go for a walk and I don't want to be distracted when I go for a walk. And I go for a walk for maybe a half hour or maybe 1 hour. And I know that it is absolutely impossible for me to walk for 1 hour without getting distracted on my way. This is a big goal. And of course, if I'm trying to do it for 1 hour without distraction, what is expecting me? Frustration. So this is the main thing that I'm meeting on my way, frustration. I'm trying to do it, but I'm not able to do it. And then I discovered a trick. Yeah, I discovered a trick, because when you're walking in the city, then you have these pillars, yeah, with the city lights. Yeah, you have pillars on your way, on your street. And then I'm asking myself, can I make it to the next pillar or to the next tree along the street? Yeah, without getting distracted. And this is probably like 15 meters, maybe it's 20 steps. And I'm making it. I can make it like 20 steps without being distracted. It's not so difficult, no? Okay, and I'm reaching this pillar or this tree there. Whew, It's like checking in, like saving the game. Yeah, saving the game. Okay, I did it. I didn't get distracted. Then the next tree, it's another 20 meters. Can I make it? Okay, I'm making it. Then saving the game. Then again, saving the game. And then you can discover that you can make quite a long walk, more or less without getting distracted. Of course, still you get distracted. But it's not only frustration that you have many moments of satisfaction when you make it without getting distracted. Small thing you make without getting distracted, you feel satisfaction. And then what happens when we feel satisfaction? We have a small injection of dopamine in our system. Why is it important? It's important for our internal Pavlov's dog. Yeah? You know Pavlov's dog. Yeah? Do you know the story of Pavlov's dog? Some of you know, some of you who attend my online sessions, you know definitely the story of Pavlov's dog, but maybe not all of you. But I'm sure you're all educated people, you know who Pavlov was and what he did with the dog. Yeah, that's important for this story. Who he was and what he did to the dog. Yeah. So the story is when Ivan Pavlov was not yet a great scholar, scientist, but he was just a small boy. He was bit by a dog. So the dog bites small Ivan Pavlov, and the dog bit him and forgot. But Pavlov did not forget. So this is the story of the Pavlov and his dog. So we have Pavlov's dog inside us. And for training, yeah, for developing some skills, what we need gratification. Yeah, for developing any kind of skill, we need a gratification. And it's a big mistake for many people who are trying to apply meditation without any gratification, without a mechanism of gratification. Because meditation, presence, mindfulness is a skill. It's learnable and it's teachable. And it's just as an ordinary skill. I mean, it's not ordinary in some way, but in general, for our nervous system, for our organism, it's more or less the same as learning how to play tennis or doing some other things like skating or whatever. So what we need to repeat things and have gratification to create this pattern. Yeah. So if you are trying to do like just staying in meditation and presence for a long time, just got frustrated. We got pissed off completely. Yeah. But if you do small things, we get gratification and we feel good about this. So when you go to make a coffee, you get up and you feel a kind of pleasure, satisfaction. Okay, I did it. I got up without getting distracted. Then you make few steps to the kitchen and you reach the kitchen. You do check-in. Check-in in the kitchen. Okay, and you feel good. You feel good. You have this dopamine is released in your system, so you feel good. And then you put water into the coffee pot, and again without distraction. And then you put it on the fire, and again you feel satisfaction. You check in every time. So in this way, finally you drink coffee, and you feel satisfaction because you feel the taste of coffee. You feel the smell of coffee. It's not like you're just pouring coffee into your system, yeah, like many people do. No, you enjoy the coffee and you enjoy your mindfulness, you enjoy your presence, and you create immediately, you create all these necessary loops, yeah, all these necessary patterns for applying the skill, for developing this skill. This is meditation. This is the principle of meditation. You create gratification, you create satisfaction to confirm your activity of being present, of not being distracted. And you feel good about this. So if, for example, you start to talk, if you're starting to talk, like I'm talking now, and then people consider, usually they discover that when we are talking, then we get easily distracted. And I invented a story for this reason. I invented a story about a meditator. So a meditator, you are meditators. You're all meditators. I'm a kind of meditator, a shitty one, but so far so good. So, okay, I'm a meditator. And I'm trying to meditate and sit in these sevenfold posture, meditation posture, Zen posture, whatever. I'm sitting and okay, I can make half hour without distraction. Okay, then I can make maybe 1 hour without distraction. But after 1 hour, my body, you know, this bell, in some toilets, you have this alarm bell that when you stuck in the toilet, you ring it and you ask somebody to help you. Like in nursing homes, like I'm visiting my mother in a nursing home, and she has these kind of things everywhere. And so somebody inside your body is ringing. Bring me to the toilet. Bring me to the toilet. What you do? You have to get up. You have to get up when somebody is asking inside you is asking you to take him or her. I don't really know, or them. They can be many. To take them to the toilet. I don't want to offend anyone, so. Take me to the toilet. Okay, and we get up and we take them to the toilet, and after 1 hour we discover we got completely distracted with going to the toilet, right? With some physical activity, we got completely distracted. So we continue our meditation practice. We practice this way, mindfulness, so we can take them to the toilet without getting distracted, and even bring them back to your cushion, back from the toilet, and make them sit quiet for some time. But then, of course, they start ringing the bell. I want to drink, I want to eat, I want to sleep. So somehow you manage with some physical activity. But then you need to bring some food. You need to go for shopping and get some food, and you go very mindfully, very with big presence. You go to shop, and you're buying food, you're picking things from the shelves, you're putting in your bag. But then at the checkout, then the person is asking you are you paying cash or with the card? And then you start talking with this person. And maybe after 5 hours, you discover you got distracted when you started to talk. So then you continue to practice, you do retreat, and for 2 weeks, you do not get distracted. Then you decide to check your mails. Or your females, it depends. So you open your laptop and you're checking your mails, you're checking your females, and there are males, emails, females, it's other things. And after checking mails, you discover after 3 days that you got totally distracted. Okay. So you practice more and more and more, and you can also read your emails, and you can do everything. So you spend half year in the retreat, then you go for a walk into the city, and then you meet some very, very nice person that you like, and you fall in love. And after 15 years, you discover. So this is how we do. But let's start with talking. Talking is exactly the same as walking in real sense. Because if you say, I want to talk for 2 hours without getting distracted, yeah, then you are doomed, basically. Yeah, it's hardly possible. But if, for example, say, I'm going to say 1 sentence without getting distracted, yeah, can you make it? Okay, try to make it now. Try to make it. Say 1 sentence. You're all muted, so you have nothing to worry about. You can even say, I support Trump. No matter, doesn't matter, yeah. Or I am against vaccination. You can say it freely. Nobody is listening to you, except for the big brother, of course, yeah. So you can say whatever, but you decide, I'm going to say this with presence without getting distracted. Yeah. Okay, try. Yeah. And I'm sure you can make it. Yeah, I can see some lips moving. Not all, but some. Okay. But maybe some of you are ventriloquists, so you don't need to move your lips for talking. You can just talk without moving your lips. Yeah. Okay, so you could make it. Yeah. So if you could make 1 sentence without being distracted, and then you check in, whew, I did it. Okay, you can make another one, and then you can make a 3rd one. So it's like also Chinese say that the road of 10,000 miles starts from 1 step. So we do this 1 step, and then we do another step, and then we discover we made this way. Yeah. So this is the principle how we train mindfulness. How we train mindfulness in when we are walking, when we are talking. And also we can apply the same principles for developing mindfulness and presence when we are doing intellectual activity, like checking males, yeah, even checking females, yeah, checking whatever, checking your bank account, yeah, filling in your tax report, yeah, which is not an easy thing to remain undistracted, yeah, but still we can manage that. Yeah? We can apply similar principles. So, but this is all about meditation, yeah? And we can apply meditation, we can apply presence, because even we discover the state of contemplation. In terms of Dzogchen, like we discover what is called primordial state, and we remain in contemplation. But since we have so many tensions accumulated in our body, in our energy, in our minds, it's not even necessary for somebody else to distract us, but through our inner tensions, we get distracted. Yeah? So the way to control these distractions is to develop presence. And this is how Chogyal Namkha Norval was always saying. He was saying that ordinary presence, undistracted presence, like presence and awareness, we can use different names, is a kind of a gate for instant presence to arise. Yeah, is a kind of a gate for instant presence. Instant presence, or Rigpa in Tibetan, instant presence is awareness of our real nature, which is non-dual. Ordinary presence is dualistic. You have subject, you have object, you have inner, you have outer, yeah? But it becomes a very, very important tool for creating the gap, for creating a kind of window, the gate, to discover our real nature, our primordial state, bodhicitta, which is non-dual. So this is called non-dual awareness, instant presence, yeah? That's why it's important. And it's very useful also to do these different kinds of meditation. So we do Guru Yoga, yeah? The simplest method of Guru Yoga. And it's important that even though we do Guru Yoga, yeah, we really do it, we apply effort with our body, with our voice and our mind, we apply. But the main thing in the end is that we relax. And this is what we very often ignore, because we are all intent on doing, and not so much on relaxing. Because relaxing is like wasting time, but it's not. Relaxing means enjoying our moment. Yeah. Like, for example, in the beginning, when we were just sitting, doing nothing, would you enjoy this moment? Tell me. Yeah. Say yes, no. Yeah. Yeah. You enjoy this moment. But then feel, no, I cannot enjoy so much. No, that's not good. I need to do something. That's the habit. So we discover this. So how we apply Guru Yoga? So first of all, we make a sound. Yeah, this is number one. We make a sound, and we make the most natural sound ever possible. It's not like like an English word cut. Yeah, it's just So when a baby is born, what the baby is saying? Baby is saying yeah, something like this. Yeah, but when we, for example, when we relax, we say yeah, very natural. When we feel pain, we say yeah, something like this. And also when we have very we have pleasure, we are enjoying something, yeah. So this is the most natural sound, very universal. Yeah, very, very universal. So we are just opening our mouth and we let our vocal cords vibrate. That's it. This is how we make this sound. Just open your mouth, let the air out, and allow your vocal cords vibrate. There is no special articulation like o, u, or some more complicated vowels. Just as natural as possible. If it sounds a little bit like it's okay. Yeah, there is absolutely no problem. Yeah. So it's natural. You open your mouth, you let the air out, and you allow your vocal cords to vibrate. Okay, let's try to do just this. Okay. Yeah. And important thing is where you feel the sound. Because usually we have a habit of listening the sound with our ears. Yeah. And we have an idea that sound is coming from somewhere. And I usually, now with Zoom, it's so easy to demonstrate it. Like you are watching me on a screen, yes? Yeah, so probably most of you who are attending now, you see me on your screen and you see my lips moving. You know, there is an American joke, how to tell when the lawyer is lying, yeah? His lips moving, yeah? The same for politicians. So if you want to check, if you want to make sure that politician is lying, you can see if his lips are moving or her lips are moving or not. And then you immediately discover they are lying, yeah? So, and you see my lips are moving, I'm definitely lying to you. I'm telling you all possible lies. So that's okay. And but the point is, you're looking at me, you see my lips moving, you hear the sound of my voice. Do you have an impression that this sound comes from the lips? Huh? Do you have this impression that the sound comes from the lips? I bet most of you do. Because this is how our mind is working. This is a habitual pattern. Yeah. Like in cinema, yeah, we go to the movie and we have somebody, I don't know, like Hugh Jackman, Alain Delon, Brad Pitt. You can see the face or all screen, and you can see lips moving, but you hear the sound from different angles, yeah, from other places. Also, when you're looking at me and you're listening to me, the sound is not coming from the screen, from the point at the screen where my lips are, from this area, but we have this feeling. This is how our mind is fooling us. Yeah, this is one of the ways. Mostly it doesn't matter, but if we are really interested to go into the nature of mind, then we can discover these tricks. So how we feel this sound, yeah? How we feel this sound when we say we can discover, we feel it in all of our body. Yeah, okay, let's do once again. So when we are playing with the sound like this, we can already discover that there is no distance between the sound and someone who is listening to this sound, who hears this sound. So it can be a glimpse into what we call like non-dual perception, when there is no subject and object. But even we can feel the sound in all our body, but where we feel the most of this sound? Where do we feel the most of the sound? We feel it in the center. Yeah? In the center of our body, we feel this sound. Yeah? So it's important, and we feel ourselves in this center. Yeah? So it's like we are listening, we are hearing this sound from the center. And we imagine the letter R, white luminous letter R. Yeah? So it can be Tibetan letter R, it can be Roman letter R. As far as I know, in Dutch, there is no special letter R. Yeah, but in some languages, there are different kinds of R. Yeah, like with the different signs, etc. Like for example, in Hungarian language, when it's written R, they pronounce it like O. Yeah. Yeah. But R is R. Yeah. Something that gives you a feeling of R from your language. Maybe if your mother tongue is Hebrew, you can do Aleph. Why not? Or you can do something else. You know? So, but we imagine R, and this R is facing outside. It's important that when we imagine this, we have a subtle feeling of the sound R, not just the character, but the feeling of a sound. You know, when you're reading something written in the language that you know well, yeah, you immediately have this sound in your mind, this feeling of sound in your mind. Like when you're reading a letter from your friend, from somebody you know very well, yeah, you're reading a letter, or even you are just chatting. So automatically in your mind, you hear the voice of this person. So you imagine the letter and you hear the sound of this letter. So this is a kind of the simplest basic synesthecy, yeah, that we have in our condition. So we imagine this R, and this R is facing outwards to the front, and we feel it in the center, and we feel we are ourselves, this R. We are not different from this R watching from the head, but we feel it here. We feel it from here. This is a kind of a key point when we are doing Guru Yoga, to feel this R from here, from where we imagine it. And we imagine it here, where we have sound. There is R, because it's very strange. We have sound here, and we imagine R at some other place. And we are watching it from the third place. Yeah. So it's all at the same place. The sound, the letter, and us, or them. Yeah. Okay. Us is still gender neutral, right? So we can use it freely without being afraid of any kind of punishment or being cancelled or whatever. Yeah, us. Okay, good. So I was warned that in the Netherlands, I must be very, very careful with all these pronouns. Yeah. This maybe they will, I don't know, extradite me for wrong pronouns. Okay, so sound is here, letter is here, and I am here. Yeah. So I am here, it means for you, you are there. Yeah, you are here. We had a joke in the Soviet time, we had a joke, but it's difficult to convey in English language, but I will try. How to call, what's the name of Reagan, it sounds the same, what's the name of Reagan's beach? Yeah, so he has a dog probably, and he has a beach. And what's the name of Reagan's beach? But the answer is Ronald, because in Russian language, when we ask, when we say the beach of Reagan and the how you call Reagan it sounds exactly the same. So nobody knows the name of the dog of President Reagan, but we know that he was a bitch, or something like this. This was a Soviet, very Soviet joke, Soviet time. So it's another joke was I tell a joke. Maybe we are a little bit out of time, but I hope we have time because it was just for 1 hour. It's another Soviet joke. You know, there was this famous Henry Kissinger, this famous American, I think he's still alive, this famous American negotiator. And he was making negotiation between Brezhnev and Reagan. So he was coming to Brezhnev, and they were talking, and the Brezhnev told him, you know, Kissinger, you're a very, very clever man, Henry. And also all your assistants are very, very clever. And I have a big problem. I have total idiots surrounding me. Can you give me some advice how to get good assistants, clever assistants, some kind of test? Yeah. I said, yeah. Usually when I'm meeting people and I'm checking people if they are good or not, I'm asking them a question. And the question is, who is the son of my father and not me? And Brezhnev is asking about it. So what they say, and if they don't know what to say, then they are stupid. And if they tell me that this is your brother, yeah, the son of my father, but not me, who? My brother. So if they tell me that this is my brother, then it means they are clever. Okay, thank you very much. So Kissinger left, and Brezhnev is inviting the main Soviet ideologist, Suslov. And he is asking him, Suslov, who is the son of my father, but not me? And Brezhnev had a brother. Yeah. Who is the son of my brother and not me? And Suslov is saying, Leonid Ilyich, I don't know. He said, idiot, is the brother of Kissinger. So when I'm saying that I'm here, I'm sure you're all clever and you don't visualize little me, little Igor in your heart. Yeah, I hope you don't, because then you can be intoxicated. Yeah, you know, it can be dangerous for your health. So you feel there. You don't visualize yourself there, but you feel there where the sound is, where the letter is. You feel there. Yeah. So integrated everything in non-dual presence. And we imagine this white R is surrounded, it's inside 5-colored sphere, rainbow sphere, which is a kind of a symbol for potentiality of our perception. So we have sound and we have light, natural light, because we can see that, and we have a kind of shape of rays of different colors, multicolored, because basically what we see are just colors. Yeah, it's not shapes that we see colors. Like today I visited Van Gogh Museum. Yeah, and then it's all these paintings are made with just pieces of colors, not with lines, but with pieces, stains of colors. Yeah, so this is what we basically see, pieces of colors, different colors, and then our mind carves out shapes from these colors. Yeah, so we have all these colors, and this is our condition at the moment. So we say ah, we imagine ah, we feel the presence of ourselves here in the center as a white ah, luminous, in a 5-colored sphere. And 5-colored sphere, you don't need to imagine really some kind of glow, but if you look around, you can see a 5-colored sphere. If you just look around, all you see is 5-colored sphere. Well, you can say 3-colored or 5-colored, doesn't matter. Many colors, doesn't matter. Multicolored sphere. Now, so, and we feel like that. And then we relax. And when we relax, we still can feel the presence of the sound, and we can still feel the presence of this clarity that was developed through our previous mental effort. And we remain as this clarity, we remain as this sound with no effort whatsoever. And this is called contemplation. Okay, let's try to do it. Okay, so it's that's it for today, and because we schedule it just for 1 hour because of it's like Friday, difficult day, and also there are many restrictions in the city, but still we couldn't make it in the city today, but we will make it tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you're in Amsterdam, you come. Yeah, and so this is it for today. And for finishing that, we have not finished yet. So for finishing it, it's important to conclude properly the practice. We call it dedication of merit, but it shouldn't be something just formal, the dedication of merit. But what are we dedicating? We did something. We did something good, yeah? And we should check in, yeah? We should check in, we should save it, yeah? We should save, click the game saver, yeah? We should feel satisfaction. We should inject dopamine into our system, which is free, it is available, and it is totally legal so far, yeah? So to confirm the pattern that we created, the skill that we created, to confirm the activity that we are doing is good activity, and we want to carry it on, and we want to continue, and we wanted to bring good results, and good results not only to ourselves, but through ourselves also to others. So this is the meaning of dedicating merits, yeah? Otherwise, what we're dedicating, yeah? Just empty words. So this is how we conclude our session. We conclude with gratification, with satisfaction, and with intention. to have good results. This is also meditation. We are intent on some purpose, like purpose, the benefit of all beings. Yeah? This is the purpose. And we remember this purpose. Okay. And if you know the mantra, which helps us, which empowers this intention, that we can do mantra. If you don't know the mantra, you don't worry. You're still doing well. Okay. Om Dare Dare Vendare Swaha Jaya Jaya Siddhi Siddhi Phala Phala Ahaisha Sama Mama calling Samenta. Okay, so we finished for today, and I'm very happy to see all of you again. So you see, we cannot separate really when I go to Amsterdam for vacations. So still we are meeting. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Have a good evening, day, whatever. Yeah, because I see people from Australia here, so good night. Yeah.